Welcome to episode number 56.
Of the Big Picture Philippines, where we help you see
Think and
and
act
act
big.
big.
And today, we're so happy that you're able to join us in the live, right, Dave? Because believe it or not, guys, we've been trying to make this happen since last year. And so I don't know, for some reason we've always been moving the episode, but today we're finally, we're finally able to zoom into this time. And I really believe, Dave, that this is very relevant topic in today's business world. In the time today where people have so many options and you can reach as many people as you want as long as you know what you're doing. And I really believe that business owners, small or medium or even large corporation are really looking into this topic now because it's a very important topic to talk about.
And that topic is digital marketing,
And
right?
specifically how to make sales in Facebook.
Yes.
All right. So today, we bring in an expert. He's been talking online about this.
You might have seen him on the
Yeah,
online ads.
you might got into his funnel already and you cannot get out. Just kidding. Not putting you in the
If you
spot
only
here.
knew how many custom audiences I've created.
All
All
right.
right,
So,
continue, Joe.
all right. So you might have seen his videos online, and he's very impressive. I've watched him and I watched him talk in one of his talks, and so it's very we're so excited to sorry we're so excited to have Brian Padilla on the house. All right. Okay, Brian, how are you?
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for inviting me over. It is really
And
an
yeah,
honor.
if you can hear that round of applause, is from our live audience.
Yeah.
Our live
So,
audience.
It's an honor for inviting me and finally get to do this. Like I really want to share to the people how we can generate more sales online. I see
Yeah.
that it is one of my mission that I really want to help them generate more sales because like here in Cebu or even though in the Philippines, most businesses right now are actually doing traditional marketing, but at the same time, they're already inclined to do digital marketing.
Yeah, I think that you're right. I mean, the time is ripe to kind of talk about this.
Yeah.
It's getting riper and riper.
Yeah.
But before we move forward,
Mhm.
let's first thank our sponsor for today. For this episode is sponsored to you and brought to you by Outspace.
Outspace.
Gas me.
Outspace.
Outspace. So if you don't know where Outspace is, we've been tagging Outspace in our post for this episode. They're in Jaco Salim Street in Z Plaza, Z as in Zapatera Plaza, second floor, and you check them
Across
out.
7-Eleven.
Check out their coffee. This is Mount Apo. I love it. Okay, so thank you, Allspace. And now let's continue, Brian, because I know you've been talking about this for years now. You've been building a lot of information. You've been sharing a lot of information online. But let's back up a little bit and let's talk about like you first. Like, how did you get into this? Digital marketing or specifically to like Facebook marketing.
Thank you, Joseph, for asking me that. What most people don't know that many years ago, I was practicing nursing, and I am a nurse by profession.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's be honest. Nursing back then, I do believe still
Still is.
the compensation is really low.
Locally.
Yeah,
But if you go
locally.
outside,
and
that's a
and to be
promise.
honest, like I was really looking for another streams of income, and one thing that got me like a good idea is how can I generate more income streams locally. And I was like one day like I was searching in Google like how to make money online. Then actually there are a lot of search results and all of them were actually telling me to do digital marketing. And back then, digital marketing, like there were no experts, there were no teachers, speakers. Were
What
actually,
year was this?
yeah, 2011.
That's not too far out.
Yeah,
Mm,
but the downside was, I mean, the challenging part was actually no one was no one was mentoring. So you really need to learn online. So at the end of the day, I was really grateful. Like I was self taught. So digital marketing is really broad. So it's a good thing I started with a client in Upwork. Back then it was only Odes. So like I landed my first client as a virtual assistant data mining. Like I was charged $2 back then, but years ago, like wow, $2, yeah. So
Yeah,
I was
good
really
enough.
happy. So I never knew my worth. So right now, so like how do I earn more? Actually, that's actually a question I was asking myself before. So like I was researching all the time, and I found out that you can really do well with SEO, and I learned SEO, then learn website development because well, it's better to learn website development if you're doing SEO so that you can implement things right away.
Yeah, for the benefit of those who doesn't know what SEO
Ah,
is,
yeah.
can you explain
Yes,
it a bit?
SEO is search engine or optimization. It's where you make your website user friendly to Google so
Yeah.
that Google will like you. And if Google will like you, they will put you on the first page.
Yeah, it's basically when you search a keyword like what
Yeah,
keyword?
Dave Visaya.
on a
Dave Visaya.
particular keyword, as long as the content is relevant based on your website and the user experience, the user's search term, Google will pull all the content that's relevant to you,
So
and if they
that's
like you,
basically
yeah,
SEO, yeah. Ranking your site so that you'll be the first,
yeah.
on the page.
And after that, well, SEO took some time to generate results, and it was really a pain of like I don't like it because like I can't justify or quantify my results right away. So I do apologize for the SEO practitioners. However, I found a shortcut. I found a shortcut on how to generate results right away, even though if it's leads or sales, it's search engine marketing or paid advertising. So back then, Google AdWords was a thing. Well, it's a good thing that I found a mentor here in Cebu.
Yeah.
I would like to acknowledge Jun Barangan
Yeah.
of Cebu Digital Hub. Is also my partner of the agency. He was the one who taught me how to do paid advertising properly.
Right.
Because like if you're not doing it right, if you're not doing it properly, there's a big chance that you're going to burn a hole in your pocket.
Yeah. You're just gonna
Yeah,
spend and spend,
yeah,
and it
spend and
doesn't really
spend.
convert.
Yeah, and surprisingly, well, I invested a lot when it comes to skill set, and surprisingly, I landed a lot of clients. I learned from my clients, and as I believe that every experience it teaches you, and as long as you want to learn every day, the algorithm changes yearly. So you really need to adapt to the market and adapt to the platform so that your skills would actually be enhanced all over time. So, however, this is actually a good thing. I traveled to Singapore, US, Vietnam just to learn digital marketing. I spent a lot of pesos. I spent a fortune just to learn. I actually like to thank Peng Jun for being a good mentor. Like he is a good mentor when it comes to video marketing, and he inspired me a lot, especially when I went to National Achievers Congress in Manila. Like internationally, their their strategies really work. Like they're really maybe 5 to 6 years advanced, and I learned a lot from them. And I've decided that my mission here in the Philippines is to help people.
Right.
So that's why it's a good thing I partner. I've met a lot of people who are also good in digital marketing. Like the one that I partnered up with the agency Cebu Digital Hub.
Yeah.
So we're helping businesses generate more sales and leads for their business. And also, I'm a partner of PTB Digital Training Hub. So
Mm.
it's where we train people who are freelancers who really want to upskill their skill set.
Right. Okay. So that's a good point. When you talk about the local market, right? Because you this is the people that you want to help. And can you just describe a little bit what from a from an outsider's point of view, what are you seeing that the local businesses are doing now? We always talk. You talk about traditional marketing, but like what's the general marketing strategy like the current marketing strategy now?
Actually, the marketing strategy is well. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase. The market is
Right.
really fluid, and what on the marketer side, on the business side, you need to understand the audience. If your you need to understand the audience because the market is really fluid. All you need to do is adjust to the market and adjust to the platform that you really want to bring them on. So if, let's say, for example, most of the people here in the Philippines are more inclined to do Facebook right now is more inclined to do videos, meaning what was working last year might not be working this year.
Last year was it more like graphics or
Actually, videos has already
video?
been, what you call this, has already been, Facebook is more inclined to do videos since last year, but
Right.
most people don't have the resources to do video marketing because the production side is really expensive. But nowadays, we all have smartphones.
Right.
So you just need to shoot a phone. It's all about consistency and the right strategy on what to say
Right.
online. Because for me, branding is very important for businesses so that, well, to be honest, some businesses would assume that their audience already knows them, which is
Yeah.
wrong. You really need to show your brand on the things that you're really good at if you're offering services or maybe into food, because in marketing it's always about the top of mind.
Right.
If people would say Chicken Joy, well, I always think about Jollibee.
Yeah.
So if someone will say podcast Philippines, well,
I always think about the
I
big
always
picture.
think about the big picture Philippines. So at the end of the day, marketing is just a seeding so that people would actually, well, the goal is to be the household name of a certain product or service. So it would be really great if your business has already positioned, because in marketing, it's always about positioning first.
Right.
And online, this is actually one of the best platforms that you can really lean on. Unlike with traditional marketing, well, for me, traditional marketing is really good because, like, if you see a billboard, we can't or we don't have the, I'm sorry, we can't unconsciously avoid it.
Right. It's
Meaning,
there.
yeah, it's there. Meaning,
You see
well,
it.
don't tell me that you're just going to close your eyes and, oh, I can
Yeah.
I won't see that. So in online, you really need to have a good creative because
Yeah.
there's a big chance that people just scroll down. At the
Right.
end of the day, it's always about the message, your target, and your audience.
Okay. Let's zoom closer on the video, and so if I were, let's make it more practical, and let's use, is it okay if I'll use alt space as an example? Like, okay, so let's make it practical. Let's just say, and this is free consultation now. You
Yeah.
guys,
Woo!
let's make. Are you okay with this?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, so let's do it. Okay, so for if you were to consult with Altspace, and I'll represent Altspace in this case. So like, how can what are the first, like, maybe like three steps that I will do in order to improve my branding, and so that we become top of mind for probably two things, right? Coffee and co-working space. Those are two. Am I right? Yeah. All right. So two words. So what
What
are
are
the
the
two? Yeah.
three initial
Yeah.
steps
Initial
that
steps that I would be doing.
will launch your branding campaign?
Right.
So first would be identifying your audience.
Yeah.
If you're targeting on a demographic area like the age range or, yeah, the age range or
I
the
can answer that.
interest.
So I would say maybe the nearby university,
Mhm.
and people who are there maybe working on some like freelance work, or they're related to their IT related jobs, and they needed some. So that's, you're looking at a demographic of
Mhm.
maybe um 22 years old to like maybe like 39 or something, or maybe 40, or maybe even like maybe in 45.
Mhm. So number one is you need to understand your audience.
Right.
Second is what type of message do you want your audience want to learn on?
Right.
If Because like there are a lot of competitors out there, like, well, we have big enterprises that are already have big names like Bose Coffee, Starbucks, but the good thing about digital marketing is small players have the opportunity to bring it on with the big
Right.
players. So the one that I mentioned is second is your message your message for the people you really want to bring your brand into. And the third is the type of medium,
Yeah.
meaning what platform, and what type of media. Is it going to be image or videos? And having said that, I know Altspace has already
They have a
they
nice
already
video at the
have a
back.
nice
Yeah, nice
video,
video.
which is a good thing because it can help you. It can actually you can actually use that video for Facebook and YouTube ads. So when people see a video about Altspace, well, just as long as a certain person sees the video all the time, it actually seeds that video on their mind. So maybe not now, maybe not this week, but after a few weeks, when people say, "Hey, I need to go to a co-working space," and if they see your video all the time, they might say, "Hey, let's check out that the new place in Outspace where
Right.
they actually have local coffee." So in marketing, it's always about seeding,
Right.
and
Yeah, I
video
heard
is
something
actually one
about
of
like
the best mediums.
that you actually needed like at least 7 touches with your market so
Yeah.
that they would kind of make the recall and take action towards your product or service.
Yes, I got it. And also, and for the last part, this is just going to be the
Sure.
fourth tip. You really need to respect the consumer's journey, like the brand
Respect the sorry.
awareness, consumer's journey,
Okay.
so that you really need to understand there are actually three stages. One is the awareness stage,
Right.
where you really need to market yourself as a brand.
Mm-hmm.
Second is the consideration stage, in which why will they consider you? Is it about the co-working space? Is it about the coffee? So
Right.
different stages has different messages.
Right.
So you really need to understand, because most businesses would only advertise during the consideration stage, meaning they will
Mhm.
assume that people know their business.
Okay. So you're saying that there has to be like a series of campaign just to say, hey, we're here, we
Yeah.
exist. And
Yes,
then
that's
there's
right.
another one where you can say, hey, pick us.
Yeah.
We're excellent here.
Is
Because
this what they call the funnel? Or
Yes. Actually, in Facebook, we can actually create a lot of custom audiences, meaning people who have watched 50% of your video is more inclined to do business with you. So
Mm.
you can do
That's
retargeting.
sophisticated,
Yeah.
huh?
That you can
Wow.
do remarketing and say, "Hey, I've noticed that you've watched 50% of my video.
So it will
Would it?"
pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can, well, to be
No,
honest,
the next time you scroll, Dave,
yeah.
Yeah. You
The
that
see
next
the,
time
video
they
will show
scroll.
up instead of the
instead of the
other,
first
the
one.
old one. Yeah.
And the good
Am
thing,
I right?
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. And the good thing about right now is that authenticity matters.
Right.
For me, ugly videos sell, meaning the more authentic, the more raw, it's
Mm.
better.
like you holding a phone and
Yeah,
at the back of your
because right now, like,
That's a very
Maserati.
interesting take, because
or
I
your BMW.
yeah,
well, we actually, well, we know this international
what they do, right?
influencer, but for me, I would still, it's actually very interesting, because if an international businessman or a marketer is doing it, we don't need to reinvent the wheel. We just need to reverse
right,
engineer what's working. So
right,
if they are doing it raw, we should test it out.
sure, yeah. Okay, yeah. So one question that comes to mind with this, and going back to our example, our consultation with Altspace, right? So does it mean like maybe I can have like maybe Angela or Joe come over and like just take videos, like 10-second video, and talk about
Yeah.
Altspace?
And would that depend on the market?
Actually, that's actually a good thing. However, as long as the message is clear, because what I've noticed is that when people shoot videos, they have the tendency to show some mannerisms. And if you really want to project yourself as an expert, you need to stand your ground and just deliver your message. Because if people will see you like you're fidgeting over something, you're just leaning on one-legged side, so it tells a different story.
Right.
So at the end of the day, it's how you project that message for your brand to your audience.
So
Right.
how about for those who are not natural on like being on video?
Mm.
Is this the right time to get in influencers? Like
For
we had
me,
influencers in our
Yeah.
previous
yeah, I think
episodes.
You want
influencers
influencers? You can
influencers
get-
is a really good medium,
Yeah.
because you already have the custom. They already have this audience,
Yeah.
so it's really good for me in marketing. You always test a lot of sources or mediums,
So there's no
because
one way. It's just really like educating yourself
yeah,
and trying out the different strategy. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
you
and
really need to.
influencers is one of the ways
Yeah, influencers is just one of the ways. Uh, Let's say, for
using
example,
influencers.
like I'm going to tap a certain influencer. I'm just going to solely rely on the marketing on his side. One day, m- if his account will be blocked for a certain reason, your audience is going to be lost, right? So you really need to expand. That's what I mentioned earlier, that you really need to adjust with the market based on what social media platform that you really want to bring them on. Because like if people are doing Facebook, do it. If they are doing Instagram and if they are following influencers, just play it on. So for me, it's always about testing. And once you have accurate leads, accurate customer fan base on that medium, that's the time you can scale up online.
Yeah, so you've mentioned here testing, right?
Mm.
Like throwing spaghetti on the wall and looking at what sticks, right?
Yes.
So for Facebook or any kind of marketing online, how much does it cost for that to test and just to get the feel of it?
Thank you, Dave. The minimum amount spent in Facebook is actually only 50 pesos per day. So
Oh.
it's I think Starbucks is much more expensive.
So are you saying that if with 50 pesos you can start
You can
testing
start
out
testing out
how
your
okay.
campaign. But it doesn't really, well, at the end of the day, guys, Facebook is a business. They are more inclined to do business with those people who have a lot of budget. But it doesn't mean that you don't have a playing chance. So at the end of the day, it's always about consistency and how you project your message.
Now for me who has no idea how Facebook ads, are we okay with asking these questions by the way?
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead. Yeah.
so I don't have any idea about Facebook ads. Like aside from going to your trainings and all, where can I like try learn just if I have 50 pesos now in my pocket, how can I start?
The good thing about this era, because of the internet, there are a lot of YouTube videos out there that you can really learn. However, the downside is if you're going to watch YouTube videos, you don't have, let's say, if you have a certain question, you can't really expect a reply right away. So it's always about uh, verifying on the things that you're doing right and what is doing wrong. So yeah, for me, my advice is there are a lot of videos out there. Go to YouTube, go to Google. It's all about being resourceful. And if you really want to, let's say, talk or learn from a mentor locally, well, you can just message me, guys.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just a matter of being resourceful.
Yeah. I really agree with that because I've tried studying online, right, and online courses are not for everybody. I mean,
Mm.
some people really works best with it, but some people just needs like someone to talk to basically, and then maybe someone to present. So I think that's the reason why there's room for training like what you guys are doing in Cebu Digital
Digital hub,
Marketing
yeah.
Hub,
And
right?
to
Something like
add
that.
on, for people who attend seminars, live workshops, it's a different experience when you are studying online. Like there are a lot of ideas that you really can get or pick your brain, like the people who attend, like
Right.
because like these are similar audiences who want to learn. So you really learn a lot when it comes to live workshops. But at the end of the day, even though like you're attending a lot of workshops, you're reading a lot of resources in online, but if you're not applying it and you're not willing to experience the mistakes and learn from the mistakes, it's still just going to be a waste of the down to the drain when it comes to your knowledge.
Right.
So application is the key.
Okay. So let's do a little bit of a quick recap with what we've talked about basically. So if I'm a company, I would as you said, and you can correct me if I'm wrong or you can add to what I'm saying. If I'm a company, what I would do is basically just understand my audience first, understand my target market first, and then identify which platform I will be using, right? Where I will deliver my message, and then always have different messages wherever the audience are in the kind of sales cycle, right? So because in the very beginning, some people may not know who you are, and so you should have a video or like an article. I don't know, but now, as you said, like video is a thing with Facebook, and and Facebook is pushing more videos, right?
Yes, that's right.
And I can see it because they have a special, they have a special icon on my phone where I just tap it and everything is in video, right? So, and then wherever they are in the sales cycle, so if they're in the very beginning of getting to know my business, so I should have a who am I kind of video, and then if they're already there, I should have a video where I will be showcasing, the type of services that differentiates me from everything else, everyone else, right?
You really need to create, well, for businesses, that the good thing about businesses, enterprises, small business owners, they have a lot of resources, marketing specialists under their team, and it still boils down on how to be unique on your industry.
Right.
Because like if you're just sailing on the same boat, well, you're just following your competitors. So you really need to create an idea, you really need to be different from your competitors, so
Right.
that people will see, wow, he did it differently, but the content is still the same,
Okay.
because like they're competitors. But at the end of the day, I think it's just about positioning first on how to provide your message to what medium and to your audience.
All right. Okay. So my question with businesses is, does it always have to be a person there? Is it necessary to have a person there, like,
For the
or
What
branding
do
to
you mean,
work.
like
for the branding to work?
a mascot, for example?
I don't know, like
Yeah,
usually,
like for a brand to work,
Ah.
does
like
it have to have a
for us,
face?
we're doing our individual brands, right?
Yes.
And so what I'm doing on a, like, as much video as I create, right? Like almost like every week I would do a video and I would talk about something valuable. I'll give value, and that's understandable because I'm building my own brand. But I would imagine that, is it gonna be different if like I'm let's say I'm advertising a laundry shop, or I don't know, like just
Yeah, I think the question is, would it be beneficial to advertise on a personal brand versus a company brand, right?
yeah. Well, do you need, like, for example, for sorry, let me just clarify. So let's bring it right to home. So we're in alt space now. Is it necessary for both Angela and Jimbo, Jim, sorry. Is it necessary for Angela and Jim to kind of like do a personal video, or it's okay if like it's a curated video with like a view with the coffee and all that?
That's actually a good question, and this is one of the topics that most marketers always argue.
Right.
Like, for example, for businesses, it's always best to not to what do you mean? For businesses, it's always best to not to have a personal brand, because, like,
Mm,
for example, if you're putting one person as a personal or a brand ambassador, and let's say, for example, if she or he resigns,
right.
that brand ambassador will go to another
And
company,
the
and
influence basically is
yeah,
not in that
the
person.
influence.
Right.
So the audiences will follow to that brand ambassador. So that's why, for businesses, it's always about the company itself.
Right.
Because if your market is B2B, business to business, it's more better to market yourself as a business.
Right.
But if you're speaking to a consumer level,
Yeah.
it's all I think personal brand can be a strategy. But at the end of the day, my question is, do you see yourself doing it 5 to 10 years from now? Because if you can see it long term, of course you can really
Right.
do personal branding. The one that is really good with personal branding, of course, is Gary V, Peng Jun,
Yeah.
TR
Gary V, the entrepreneur,
Yeah.
not
Ah, yeah.
not the singer.
TR Becker. These guys are really amazing when it comes to personal brand. So the question is, are you seeing it long term?
Right.
But if not, it's always best to diversify. So some people might incline to do business branding, but for influencers, they actually do personal branding. So at the end of the day, it depends on which works,
Right.
because and which strategy would you really love to apply.
Right.
Because for me, for a business, well, that's why Jollibee, McDonald's have a mascot or a brand
Right.
ambassador. Because when people see Ronald McDonald, they would actually say,
Yeah.
that guy belongs to
You would
McDonald's.
associate it. Yeah.
So they will, at the end of the day, it's always about identifying the brand ambassador into the business. So that's why companies create a mascot.
Right. like a symbol,
like a symbol.
yeah,
So
a living symbol.
and one of the best branding is actually creating what do you call this, love? The one that is like on the radio, like uh
Jingle.
yeah, a jingle. Yeah.
Right.
That's very effective for politicians. That's
Yeah.
not hard.
Yeah.
For me, it's not only about politicians. It's about consistency because let's say, for example, a business has a certain jingle that you can always play on.
Right.
Prince Warehouse.
Yeah, that consistency
Yeah.
will actually identify you that your market might hear that and say, "Hey, that belongs to this company."
Yeah.
So it's always about creating a unique identifier for your
Right.
business.
Yeah. And you can use that in any medium, right?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
use it in Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, local radio, what else? But the idea there is you need to create you need to have a unique identifier so
Right.
that people will know you.
Yeah. So essentially what you're saying is like understand the difference between your company brand and your personal brand, and basically like understand that once you understand this and what which is which that you'll be using in long term, double down on that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Brian, there's so many things we would like to ask you, and we're probably gonna be here all night, right? Just asking these questions, like. But I'm
But Outspace won't allow
but
us. Just kidding.
our space will run out of coffee if we're gonna be here. Right. So now they're gonna charge us the whole day. All right. So where can people learn more about this? These type of information, and yeah. Can you share about that?
Number one is if you really want to
From you, like very specific from you, like
from
yeah,
me.
Yeah.
So like
We're
if
gonna
you-
talk about your training
okay.
now.
So if you want
Right.
to know more about marketing strategies, you can actually go to brianpadilla.io. It's actually a personal branding site. And if you really want to go to our office, we are actually located in Mandaue. Cebu Digital Hub is a digital marketing agency. And of course, we have a learning training center, the PTB Digital Training Hub. And we conduct trainings locally. And I've just created this program, Magnet Your Market, in which people will realize the attendees will realize that you really need to be different from your competitors. So I am inviting everyone. This program actually is going to be nationwide. I've just had this run in Manila last week, and the people there, the attendees were really something. Like they were really action takers. So I am inviting everyone to join Magnet Your Market. Will be happening 2 runs here in Cebu.
Right.
It's
When
in May 17 and May 27.
Okay.
And
That's a Friday.
yeah, I think it's
And
Friday
and
and
Tuesday, right? Or
Friday and
Monday.
Monday, I believe. And I have another run in Manila. It's going to be on May 20, and May 31 is going to be in Davao. So it's going to be a very busy month.
yeah, we're awesome. We're excited for you, and um, before we so there's two sections of the podcast, right? And we're about to be done with our first section, but before we do that, let's allow us for me and Dave to share our takeaways with what we talk about. Dave, you'd like to
Yeah, sure.
Start.
So for my takeaway, I think like positioning yourself in a unique way, understanding your market, and having that edge is important in the digital world, especially with a lot of competitions, right? And I think that you pointed out here is that Facebook ads is very important for us to discover because the entry level is affordable, and that way you can test it out and really get immediate results right after. And I've been trying to learn about this and applying this in our segments as well, in our basically class and training. So yeah, so I'm excited to learn more about that, and I think everyone should be encouraged to check that out.
Thanks, Dave.
All right. So in my case, what you shared made me think about the Facebook ads that I've run, that has like text on it, like and like maybe like a small photo of like a property, and now I'm thinking like, oh, what if I do like a 10-second video instead, and with a little bit of description and then an action, what do they call that? A call to action, where you just tell them like message this number or call this number or hit the message button, and maybe that would have converted more with what you said. So So what I've learned from you is like really understand how the market is consuming the content now, and like how I can like how you can use that information to adapt that to towards the things, because we all pay, not I don't know if we all pay, but a lot of us pays Facebook ads, and it's sometimes it's a hit and miss, because you didn't I because you didn't pay attention with where the audience attention is. And so to me that's what I've learned. So I'm thinking like maybe in the next like when we do our training, we did notice, right, Dave, when we did a podcasting training, the video that where you and I was just like taking like a selfie and we're just talking about that, had a lot of engagement, and then now that makes a lot of sense
Oh,
now.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'll do that tonight.
Yeah. So for your BFF, Dave, and for my vlogging workshop, I'm definitely gonna do a video. I'll pause my ad. This is true story. This is why. So I'm gonna pause my ad. I'm gonna run the like a 10-seconder video.
Yeah. And to add that, most people are actually afraid to do videos because of negative comments from their friends. So it's all about having this confidence to just do it.
Yeah.
So you have your smartphone and just do it. Shoot that video.
Just don't share it to your friends.
Yeah, block some of your friends. No, just kidding.
Actually, that's the purpose of having a page, so that your audience will not be alienated.
Let me share a little bit about that, because we were like, when we started this podcast, we decided it's gonna be a video podcast, right? And I still remember the first time we did it with Dave. I don't know with Dave, but I was so stiff, more stiff than now. So stiff, and I was so conscious about what I'm gonna say or if it's gonna make sense. And sometimes I'm just gonna I blubber usually for like a couple of minutes and then find my way through some thoughts. But basically, like you're right. Like it's if you're planning to do like a personal branding, like just just record, go to your room, record, have a good lighting. All right. Yeah, so anyway, thank you so much, Brian, but we will not let you go without going to our next segment, which is called the lightning round.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so Brian, this is our short questions. We'd like you to answer the fastest that you can, the shortest answer that you can. Okay, the first question is, do you have a morning routine? And if you have, what are they?
The morning routine that I just started last Monday is exercise.
Awesome.
Well, a lot of my friends are actually telling me to trim down and lose excess
Now you're
fat.
okay. You're okay.
But
Kidding.
yes, it's actually one of the realizations for me as a trainer, because like I actually lost some endurance
Oh, yeah.
during my long hours of talk. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
it made me realize that exercise is very
to.
important.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of my morning routines now.
Oh, that's great.
And I do it with
Congratulations.
my partner, and she's there.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Next
All right.
question, Dave.
All right. So, do you have any resources or books that you would recommend for our listeners?
Actually, there are a lot of resources. For me, I always follow successful internet marketers. Just follow. Well, I don't know if is it okay if I'm just
Yeah.
going to.
Yeah.
Yes, just
We don't
for
have
me.
an affiliate link,
For me, I'm
unfortunately.
following Gary V, T.R. Ecker, Peng Jun, and Tai Lopez, because if you understand how their strategies work, and if you can combine it, you can actually, and when you apply it, you'll just see unbelievable results. But for, let's say, for the internet, well, there's actually, you just need to apply it, what you have learned, and experience the results, because in that way, the more mistakes you have, the more you actually you're going to be very better. So
Right.
it's always about testing.
So best advice you've received.
The best advice that I've received is that consistency is the key,
Awesome.
because in this market, the fluid is really fluid. The markets is really fluid, and if you're shooting videos this month and if you're not shooting videos the following month, your audience might say, "Hey, what happened?"
Right.
Right? So it's just about consistency.
Worst advice.
Worst advice, not up. Maybe that's actually kind of. Let me just think that over. Worst advice: spend money right away when it comes to advertising. Like,
Wow.
shoot $5 or maybe 250 pesos on a daily budget.
Mhm.
It really hurt my pocket.
Right.
So what I've learned is that you really need, well, at the end of the day, Facebook is a business, so you really need to start small,
Right.
then gradually increase if you see results.
Yeah.
So
Makes
so that
sense.
you can get your return on investment. How many leads are coming in, how many sales, and your
Right.
ad spend. So it boils down
Yeah.
on the return on ad spend and your results.
It's
So,
good even.
yeah. Next question is who or what inspires you?
Locally, there are a lot. My mentor, Jun Barangan, is actually one of the best digital marketers here in
Yeah.
Cebu. And international, well, Peng Jun, I would always acknowledge him when it comes to, he actually taught me a lot. Second, of course, Alvin Real Camos. He mentored me when it comes to everything that I do now.
Awesome.
He's actually a good mentor, so kindly
Shout out
search
to
for him.
Elvin.
Yeah, shout out to Alvin.
Shout out to
And he has
Alvin.
been challenging me to do this and that because sometimes, even though marketers know the strategy, sometimes at the end of the day, it's always about your goals. And if someone is pushing you and challenging you all the time, it brings out the best on you. And I
Right.
would acknowledge Alvin for doing that. And of course, yeah, I think those are the three people that I would really love to acknowledge.
All right.
And thank you guys.
Awesome. All right. So this is the second to last question that we usually ask. So there are people, that are out there, and some of them they're working on something that they didn't really love, or they're probably outside the country. They want to go home, but they feel like they're stuck. There's very less option for them. What advice can you give to them?
That's actually a good question. Like there are a lot of there are a lot of my friends who are, let's say, working right now, but who really want to do this side hustle. But well, it's really frustrating because like when you give advice, like you already have this, let's say, the 10 steps on how to earn part-time money, like even though it's just going to be like a data entry project, they actually are afraid to do it. So if someone is actually successful on that area, ask him, be a good student, so that once you apply all the teachings and the experience and follow his experience, I believe that it's going to generate more results on you. So it's always about being a risk taker. Yeah, because for me, being sometimes most people are actually very comfortable on their comfort zone. So
Right.
That's why it's called comfort
yeah,
zone.
so what we've noticed, or what I've noticed, is that successful people goes out of their comfort zone and make things happen.
Right.
So it's always about getting the right mentor and applying it right away. Because well, there are already are instructions, there are already people are doing it, there are already people who are successful.
Right.
Just replicate,
Just
just reverse engineer what they're doing.
yeah. All right. Cool.
All right. So last question is where can people find out more about you and your training? I think you mentioned it earlier. So do you have like a personal if someone who needs to chat to you?
Yeah, so kindly follow my Facebook page. It's actually Brian Padilla. And if you want to go to my website, it's brianpadilla.io, and my Instagram as well. And if you want to visit me in the office, just message me ahead of time. We're actually located in Mandaue, Cebu Digital Hub. The digital marketing agency is in Mandaue. And also the training center, the PTB Digital Training Hub. It's also in FLC Center. So just message me if you're going to visit me, because like I've said, I'm going to be traveling nationwide just to help millions of people and businesses generate more income online.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian, for being here. It's a pleasure always to talk to you, and I'm so glad that we get to do this and and talk about this very thing that you've really studied for yeah, for the longest time. And so yeah, and good luck to your project today, and for to your project this year, right? Where
Yeah.
you're going around with what's the title of the
Magnet your market.
Magnet Your Market. So very
And this
interesting.
was specific for real estate. Is this gonna be or
This
more
is actually
general?
this program is actually tailored for real estate professionals.
Yeah. So I just wanna point that
Yeah.
out.
Oh
Because,
yeah.
Yeah,
Is
because
is
like
it
I'm going to create
cool?
multiple and different programs, because different industries has different needs. So I
Right.
want to tailor fit every marketing channel that they really need. So here in the Philippines, real estate is really booming,
Yeah.
and to be honest, real estate professionals, agents, managers don't know how to market themselves.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
just post it online, post the
Yeah.
property,
Post
sell,
the
sell, sell, without understanding the market.
Wow.
So you just need to understand, like, you really need to be creative in that sense. So that's why I created this program, Magnet Your Market, to help real estate professionals.
Awesome. Wow. Congratulations, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
It's awesome time.
All right.
Guys, if you have any question for Brian and you've watched this video right after the live, just feel free to ask the question still, okay? Brian,
Was there any question, by the way? No, I think there was none.
no question.
No question
It's
for
very
him.
clear, right? So, but if you do watch this video right after, and then you realize, look, I have a question for Brian or for Dave or for Joe, just ask it in a way. We're still answering even the questions
Yeah,
from the
you
last
can
episode.
you can actually go to our community page.
Yeah.
I mean groups, basically
yeah,
group, right? So that's the Big
It's group.
Picture PH community. So
right.
there, I think we should invite Brian there, and the
You're
people-
there, right?
yeah,
Is
he's
there?
there. So you can post the questions there as well. We're trying to build that community
Yeah.
of people who see, think, and act big. So if you want to be that person, of course you should be there, and we will be more than welcome to help you out.
Okay.
Right.
So again, our website is thebigpicture.ph,
Bigpicture.ph. And you'll find the show notes.
yes, you'll find the show notes in thebigpicture.ph /
Slash
episode
56.
56.
And
Alright.
yeah, so a couple of announcements.
Yes,
So we
please.
So we have a couple of events. Just like Brian, we have events for the community, for the people in Cebu specifically. We have one tomorrow on Saturday. That's the BFF by yours truly. It's gonna be about how I became, not became broke, how I overcame being broke and
Alright.
started not broke again, but overcoming being broke. And I'm gonna share some techniques on how you can maintain that and never be broke again. So you should be there on Friday at Castle
It-
Peak, 9
How,
a.m.
how much is the
So
registration?
walk-in rate is 500 pesos. It's very affordable.
Right.
But if you pay before Friday or tomorrow latest, you can grab it for 350. And since it's
Nice.
called BFF, Best Friends Forever, you bring your best friend. You get
Nice.
to pay 500 and you can bring +1. So it's just 250 if you pay tomorrow and pay 500 or today.
Yeah. I'm gonna be
So-
there. So it's,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
me
be-
too.
All right. So we also have the other
So,
events.
so we have a workshop called Vlogging Workshop for Teens and Kids. So I'll be with an influencer. Her name is Jushine Kaila. So she's actually one of our guests here, and she has 35,000 followers in YouTube. So very interesting to hear from her. I'll also be speaking on that event, and so we have two events. One is coming on March 18. March 18.
the
Oh, sorry, May
vlogging.
18.
Yeah.
That's vlogging workshop for teens and kids.
And the May.
And the other one is May 25, but it's in Ormoc. So if you're from Ormoc, it's the same topic.
Ah, yeah, the same topic.
Yeah, it's the same topic. If you're from Ormoc, please, we're so excited for people from Ormoc because they're messaging us and they're even calling us to kind of reserve it. So I'm so shocked and surprised, but I'm so happy that we get to finally do it there. All right, so with that,
Of course,
guys,
how to start a podcast. in
and of
30
course,
days.
the last one is on May 23. It's called How to Start a Podcast in 30 Days. And this is where me and Dave would talk about what
Yeah.
we've done in the past couple of years to make the Big Picture Podcast Philippines, and basically integrate everything that we know and the best practices that we have into one workshop. And so if you're planning to start a podcast, if you're even planning to start a brand, right? I
Yeah.
mean, just like I want to
And
start a
planning to
personal
do it
brand.
right, not like us.
Yeah,
we-
and
we
do
did
it
wrong
right. So,
a lot of
yeah.
times. But yeah, if you want to
Go for
learn
it.
more,
May 23. The investment would for that is
I think it was 500.
what is it 500? I think
Yeah,
it's
so
1,000 or something.
you can
like
learn
that.
more about
Yeah.
those events at the Big Picture Facebook page. It's facebook.com/thebigpicture/events. So you'll
Awesome.
find all of those there.
Yes.
And of course, we'd like to thank Outspace
And
for
of
being
course,
us here.
Altspace. Thank you so much, Altspace, for being here. For
Yeah.
having us here.
All
So
right.
again, guys, please tune in, join the Big Picture Podcast, join the group.
Subscribe,
and subscribe.
reviews, ratings. That will help us a lot to bring this message out to everyone. All right.
So this has been Joe,
this is Dave.
and this is Brian saying goodbye for now. Thank you,
Bye.
Altspace.
Thank you, everyone.